What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 90 and we're starting today's episode off on the back of our big win against West Ham. 4 wins in our first 5 games in our title defence, and after making it through our European Championship qualifying group to qualify for the Euros at the end of the season, New Zealand offered the manager's job and I said no. And then we got the Wales extension as well. Yeah, we've been waiting for this, to be fair. First time it's happened, Wales offering me the extension to stay on as Wales manager. Can you imagine if they didn't give it to me? Like, can you imagine if Wales said, nah, we're going to look for someone else for the European Championship? We got them to the World Cup quarterfinals, equaling their best ever finish at a World Cup a couple of years ago. We've qualified as group winners, only 1 defeat in 8 games, topping the European qualifiers group. And obviously the vast majority of Wales players in the Wales national team play for our club, Newport County. Can you imagine if they said, nah, we'll look for someone else now? Thankfully, they did not. And you would have seen as well, for the European Championship, reach the quarter-final, I believe, is the objective for the Euros at the end of the season. And I'll be honest here, that's quite, not easy, but straightforward. I mean, like, really? Quarterfinals? I mean, look, don't get me wrong, like, we are going to be up against some powerhouses in the European Championships in the summer, don't get me wrong. Having said that, this Wales team has grown brilliantly. I mean, we got 3 of the best players in the world that are Welsh now. Gavin Humphreys, Ravi Matondo, and don't forget about 90 rated Lloyd Payne in our back line as well. I mean, really, quarterfinals? I'm going for the final, mate. I'm going for the final in the Euros, and at the very, very least, the semi-finals. But my target will be the finals. Semi-final I will take in our first ever European Championship, but I'm going to be brave when the summer comes around and go for the World Cup. Sorry, go for the World Cup. Go for the World Cup. Go for the final instead. But still, for the first game of today's episode, on the back of the win over West Ham, it was the EFL Cup 3rd round at home to Arsenal, and I threw out a backup side, and we lost 3-0. Yeah, wasn't really fussed about that one. We've got far bigger fish to fry this season. In the Champions League for the first time ever, defending the Premier League title for the first time ever, and in the FA Cup, we've not got past the quarter-final stage. This year, I want this to be the season where we get to Wembley for the first time, if you don't count the Community Shield at the start of the season. So, the EFL Cup meant nothing to me. I was fine going out of it early, battered 3-0 by the Gunners, but I was okay with that. Following game, Aston Villa, Steven Gerrard's side, back in the Premier League, aiming to keep pace with the 100% Spurs, who have won their first 5 games and lead the league. We took the lead through Ravi Matondo, 8th of the season already for our number 11 in just 6 games as we had the early advantage, but right before the break, oh my god, only myself to blame for this one. Price makes a great save, and then I threw the ball back straight to Aston Villa, trying to get the ball forward quickly for a little rapid counter-attack there. One straight back, Adeyemi finds Moussa Dembele, and the Frenchman levels it for Aston Villa. So it's 1-1. I threw away our lead right before half-time, but I've been a better team in this game. I've had the chances, if not many of them, a good quality of chances here. Ben Davies right for the hour mark, firing wide, as we still tied at 1-1 around 60 minutes in, and with 5 minutes to go, the chances really dried up in the second half, and Aston Villa had one late chance to win it. Matt Target with a dribbling, gets a little bit lucky, finds Moussa Dembele after a tackle on Joe Rodden, and the Frenchman who scored right towards the end of the first half scores right towards the end of the second half. We often talk about it, and I know I sound like a broken record, but late goals just so common in FIFA nowadays, and Aston Villa came from behind to win. 2-1 at Rodney Parade, and our first defeat in the league this season. And Aston Villa, as you guys know, are one of my big bogey teams in this year's FIFA. Get the 3 points and inflict our first Premier League loss of the season in our title defence year. So frustrated as well. You see Lloyd Payne growing to 90 overall. Briefly talked about it earlier, man. One of the world's best centre-halves, just 22 years old, out of the academy alongside this man. Humphreys now up to 94 overall, and I'll show you the development plan in just a second. He's on the advanced playmaker development plan. And when I talked about the potential of this guy getting to 99 overall, this is why I think he's got the chance. Look at the ETA for him to grow another rating if we keep it on advanced playmaker, which I will. 24 weeks. 24 weeks. That's around half a year, a little bit more than that, for him to grow another rating and become 95 overall. And again, he's only 20. He's literally just got out of his teens, and this season he should grow 2 ratings to 95 overall. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I've never had a player get to 99 overall. I believe the highest I've got is 95. That was Roberto Gutierrez in our career mode earlier with Brentford, Milan and Real Madrid. Humphreys has the chance to become my highest rated youth player ever. Let's hope we get him there. So, for the third game of today's episode, Roma at Rodney Parade. And after back-to-back losses domestically, heading into this game here against the side that we beat in the Europa League final last season. They beat Rosenborg on match day 1. We beat Bayern on match day 1. So, meeting in the top 2 in match day 2. And heading into the game here, I've got to say, I was a little bit nervous. Back-to-back losses. Yes, the Arsenal game wasn't really too fussed about, but a shock loss to Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa. Roma looking for revenge after we beat them in the Europa League final. 16 minutes in, after they'd made the brighter start, Sebastiano Esposito, Brescia legend in my first ever and so far first and only Football Manager club and country save, makes it 1-0. Roma have the lead. And at this point, I've got to be honest here, I was worrying big time. I needed a leveler. I needed someone to stand up out there and be a hero, get us back on level terms. And as I often say, whenever I need the guy to do that, it's one of these two guys right here, if not the two of them combining. Gavin Humphreys through ball, Ravi Matondo one-on-one, and the finish as well. We're back on level terms. And then 7 minutes before the break, a chance to get in front for the first time. Lloyd outpaces Luke Shaw, running through one-on-one. Bangs it in, past Bernd Leno, beats the German, and we come from behind to lead in South Wales. So trailing to Roma, beat them in the Europa League final. They were looking for revenge. They'd started off at a frenetic pace as well, getting those early chances, getting the early lead. But once we got in front, I was thinking, okay, all right, back-to-back losses. Let's get back to winning ways here, shall we? But Roma did not give up. Right for the break, great save here by Price on the Ketelaere. Kept the Belgian from levelling it to make it 2-2. But from the corner, Davinson Sanchez just about squeezed this in. And this actually went down as an own goal through Price. I wish I would have included a replay, but it shouldn't have done. It was on target. It was going in. The ball had basically crossed the line. Price got a touch but couldn't keep it out. It was 2-2 and it was a thriller of a first half in South Wales, and I knew for sure it wasn't going to finish at 2-2. So second half begins, both teams wanted to win on match day 2 and take a 3-point lead at the top. 3 minutes after the restart, we fell behind again. Sebastiano Esposito offloading, Declan Rice with the finish, and the captain of Roma, Declan Rice, you got to love career mode after a few years, makes it 3-2. And Roma are back in front. I was thinking, goodness gracious, I can't stop these guys, man. I knew they'd be coming for revenge after we beat them in the Europa League final, but they are tearing me apart. Humphreys went close to putting us back on level terms soon after. That shot rippling off the roof of the net as we still trail by a goal. And then just a couple of minutes later, Declan Rice, who scored their third, won a penalty with a chance to make it 4-2. Price trips up the former West Ham man. Definite spot kick, no doubt about that. And Sebastiano Esposito just about smacks it home. AI on ultimate penalty. Top bins, went the right way but couldn't get anything on it. It's 4-2 to Roma. The Italian gives the Italians a 2-goal cushion, and that was how the game would finish. Final score at Rodney Parade, Newport County 2, Roma 4, and 3 straight losses for Newport County, all in South Wales. And I was thinking to myself after the game, when was the last time this happened? And I've got to be honest, I think it was back when we were in the Football League. I can't remember a time since we've been in the Premier League where we've lost 3 on the bounce. But we've dropped to 4th place in the table. Spurs extend their gap on us. And after our first loss in the Champions League, Bayern cutting the gap to head-to-head. We both have 3 points. Roma have the 100% start, and Rosenborg yet to scratch and pick up a point for the first time in the group. You look at our fixtures for October as well. Liverpool at Anfield, Crystal Palace and Sheffield United, and Everton, one of our tougher teams to face away at Goodison Park too. Plus match day 3 in the Champions League away in Scandinavia against Rosenborg, and that is a massive game as well. Failed to win that one, and that'll put us in a whole heap of trouble halfway through the group. Heading into the following game and the final one today, Liverpool away at Anfield, and I was thinking, 4 straight losses. When was the last time I'd had this happen to me? In this save, I don't think it's ever happened. So Liverpool away at Anfield, and I was starting to worry at this point that our title defence, that had gotten off to a decent start, might well get away from us. The Reds away in northwest of England, 7 minutes in, and I was thinking, what on earth is going on? Elliott with the finish, and the youngster gives the Reds the lead. We are a goal down at Anfield and facing the prospect of 4 straight losses in a row in all competitions. And I literally did not know what to think, man. I was like, what on earth is going on? Seriously, we had an incredible start to the season. And now 4 losses on the trot. Are you serious? I've got to get back on level terms. I've got to find an equaliser. I've got to turn this around. And 17 minutes in, oh, well, I said it against Roma. When I need someone to stand up and be counted, it's often this man or his bro. It's Calvin Humphreys with the finish. It's 1-1. We're back on level terms. We have that equaliser. And then 28 minutes in, from a trading position, a chance to get in front. It's the boys, it's the bros, linking up once again. Matondo and Humphreys with the 1-2. Gavin, 1-0 with Allison, beats the Brazilian, puts us in front. And right before the half an hour mark, we've gone from being a goal down at Anfield to 2-1 up, and it's Matondo and Humphreys who linked up for our second. So we lead at Anfield from a losing position. I was like, right, this is more like it. If we want to defend our title, we can't have 4 straight losses in all competitions. Woeful, woeful form. But straight after the restart, the Reds were back on level terms. Diogo Jota, the Portuguese winger, makes it 2-2, and the former Wolves man gives Liverpool their leveller. So it's 2-2, and I knew the game wasn't going to be done at this point. There were more goals in it, no doubt about it. On the stroke of the hour mark, Paulo Dybala rolls it across to Llorente, and could you believe it? Liverpool had come from behind to lead and make it 3-2 with half an hour to go. And with 10 minutes on the clock, I was thinking this would be pure embarrassment. When was the last time I lost 4 games on the trot? When was the last time I had this sort of form? Because I cannot afford back-to-back losses in the league, going out of the EFL Cup and losing match day 2 of the Champions League as well in a 4-game loss streak. I got to find a leveller, and I did. 8 minutes to go, Rabbi Matondo to the rescue, as he often does, comes up clutch and gives us the point. And whilst it's no wins in 4, I guess I'll take it. Minutes away from 4 straight defeats on the trot for Newport County. I guess I'll take the point. But after a poor run of form, we've dropped to 6th in the table. 3 points behind the undefeated Manchester City, who lead the way with 5 wins in their opening 7. It's been a tough run of form for Newport County. I don't know what on earth was going on today, but at least we had something to celebrate. A point at Anfield is not a disastrous result, even if the other 3 were. But that will end today's episode of CNC, guys. Big thank you for watching. Enjoyed it. If you haven't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode. Hopefully I'll pick my form up, because I'll need to for sure very soon.